Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Pokemon Y2. I'm your Gamer. In the last episode we kind of continued through the Relic Passage, or at least did the Relic Passage, and today what we're going to be doing is catching the Pokemon that you can find at the very end of it in the remnants of the Relic Castle, Volcarona. This is something that we could have done a long time ago, but like I said in the last episode, I kind of got caught up in doing the whole story thing rather than just kind of making a side trip here. Post games usually where you do that kind of stuff, so that's why we're doing it. General strategy here is to basically dig a couple times with Crustle because it's lower level and has that decent damage output that doesn't kill Volcarona. So we're going to kind of go for that. If we end up getting burned or trapped by Fire Spin, it's going to be a bad time. At least before it gets into the red. If we can get into the red before, then we're fine. But once we do that, we're going to switch into Lilligant and just use Sleep Powder because it's a level 66. I'm pretty sure it can still take some super effective damage from Volcarona and be fine. So that's kind of the strategy we're going with to catch this thing. So yeah. So before we get any further into Black and White 2, for those of you in Germany, the details of the Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire demo have been revealed, or released, whichever word you want to go with. This demo is to be distributed in German McDonald's restaurants utilizing the Nintendo Zone on your Nintendo 3DS from October 15th. To access it, you simply access the option in the Nintendo Zone to receive a code that can be redeemed in the Nintendo eShop. So yeah, I mean, that's kind of cool. Go get some food, bring your DS with you, load up that shit on your 3DS, and you just get your code, which is kind of cool. Very simple, very easy. Don't know if I really need to go any further into that. I mean, hell, it's easier than a lot of the other things that I've seen, going to all these Comic-Cons and all that other crap. Don't those things usually have those really expensive, like, passes you have to buy? I mean, that's just me. So, I mean, but yeah, we're still kind of waiting for the North American demo information, considering we're literally like 5 days away from October. And all these demos seem to be going live on October 15th. I would assume that the North American one will as well. So I don't know like why we haven't gotten our reveal yet, quote unquote. So I don't know, man. It just seems kind of retarded that we're being, you know, left behind in the demo thing here. But whatever. Also, since I know that some of you are probably Yu-Gi-Oh viewers, I kind of wanted to mention this as of late last night, aka around like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. On the Nintendo eShop for the North American players that play Yu-Gi-Oh, the Yu-Gi-Oh World Duel Carnival has gone live. You can now purchase it on the Nintendo eShop for $19.99. Considering we didn't get the promos or the hard copy, the $20 price drop is pretty good. It is only $20. I mean, for someone that's poor like me, that's still kind of a lot of money, I guess. But I mean, it's still better than, you know, $39.99, which, you know, Europe had to pay to get the game. I don't even know if that was the same price for their eShop or not. All I know is it's cheaper, at least for us, and despite the fact that we don't get the promo cards, we'll probably get them as imports in some kind of future set, and God knows they'll probably either be low rarity or, you know, something stupid like that. So I really don't know what else to say. I mean, it's just something that we'll have to wait for, but it's not a big deal. So, I mean, and on top of that, there is the fact that it has no online play. You are apparently given every single card that is available in the game right from the get-go. I don't know if you get like 3 copies of each, or I'm assuming it's like 3 copies of each, because I mean, let's be real, you can play max 3 copies of any card in your deck. So, I mean, I don't know. One of the things that a lot of people probably will be kind of a little angry about is the fact that you can't use something like power saves to remove the ban list to adjust to a current format that you can actually play in real life. So I mean, I don't know, but I mean it's still cheaper, so I kind of want to get it. I'm like $7 off on one of my 3DS's to actually get it, and if I happen to get it on the one that has money on it, then I should be able to do videos on it as well at some point. So I mean, if that's something that people are interested in, then I can do that at some point as well, because guess who has their capture card right now? The only reason why you don't see me doing much of anything with it, despite the fact that the demo is also out, I kind of want to wait until the full version of Smash comes out, because I mean everyone and their mother has done Smash Brothers demo videos, and not to mention that the Japanese Smash Brothers has been out since the 13th, so there's really no point in doing a demo video. I mean, it's literally only 5 characters that you get to play, and yeah, I mean, I'll just wait for the full version to come out in English so that way people can understand what's going on whenever they actually play the Japanese version, because you can't really read any of the dialogue that may or may not come up. You cannot like understand like some of the things that you actually get or whatever. So, I mean, the English version is just going to be a lot more convenient for people that don't understand Japanese. So, I mean, hell, if I knew Japanese kanji, or if they spoke in Japanese and I understood Japanese, then I'd be able to make a video on it, assuming I had a Japanese 3DS and a Japanese copy of the game. And yeah, speaking of, I actually saw a picture, a picture or an image or whatever you want to call it on Facebook like a day and a half ago now or whatever. Apparently some Japanese player got really salty while playing Smash Brothers. They learned how to smash their 3DS and their cartridge in half. So, friendly reminder, people, if you lose at Smash Brothers, it's just a game. Please, like, spare yourself destroying the 300. Well, okay, well, if you buy brand new, it's close to $300. But I mean, spare yourself destroying a very expensive console. Like, let's be real. I mean, I love all 3 of my 3DSs. One of them will finally allow me to bring to you guys new content, and the other 2 I've had for a very long time. One of them I actually spent my own money to get. One of them was a gift, and the 3DS that has the capture card in it was something that I worked my ass off to get. And a friend of mine was generous enough to hook me up with it in his time of need for money, because I had money and that I was saving up to get like a brand new one or whatever, and yeah, he kind of hooked me up with it because he needed the money at the time. So friends helping each other out, something that's always kind of nice, I guess. If you want to, I don't know how often he does videos anymore, because again, he's in a tight spot or whatever, but you can go check him out. His name is CJ Sparkin 2, I believe, on YouTube. I don't remember what his numbers are through his name. It's either CJ Sparkin 2, CJ Sparkin 11, or CJ Sparkin 12. So be sure to just check out any of those names. You'll eventually find it. I don't really remember the numbers off the top of my head, because when it comes to like people's names or whatever, I try to remember them as like best as possible, but whenever it comes to something like an internet name, good luck with that, because that's not your real name. I'm not going to be usually addressing you as such. I mean, but whatever. I mean, either way, he helped me, so I feel like kind of just giving a shameless plug there. But yeah. It's kind of nice to be back in Pinwheel Forest, I'm not gonna lie. The music is really obviously the same, of course, but at the same time, it's kind of nice to hear it again. It feels like it's been forever, even though our last Let's Play was literally Pokemon White, so, or Pokemon Black, my bad. Rainy weather tends to fuck with my throat, and I have to clear it out for whatever reason. I don't know why that is, but, yeah, it's just weird. I don't understand why my throat's like that. But yeah, either way, like I was saying, Pinwheel Forest is one of my favorite parts of the game. The music's kind of cool. There's a lot of different areas that you can kind of maneuver yourself through, not to mention that there's a legendary currently sitting in this place that we just can't get to at the moment. I don't really remember. Or no, actually no, there's no legendary in here. I keep forgetting that we already caught it. Virizion used to be here. I keep thinking that it is still here, but it's not, for whatever reason. Maybe I'm thinking way back to Pokemon Black. I don't know, but yeah, like a lot of cool things were in this area, and I mean it's just one of my favorite parts of Generation 5. I don't know how a lot of other people feel about it, but I mean, like, I've always kind of liked forest areas. They're kind of pretty, depending on how you view them, I guess. But I really like how they did the Pinwheel Forest, and a lot of the Pokemon in here I actually kind of like. And not to mention they were convenient too. In Generation 5.1, aka Black and White, you were able to come in here, find any of the monkeys that you may want for Berg. So if you, for whatever reason, chose a starter that did not yield you Pansear from the one freebie that you got outside of that one city, I can't remember the hell the name, but the chick that gave you one of the 3 elemental monkeys. If you decided to pick a starter that did not give you Pansear, then you kind of had to go out of your way to not only go through the trouble of that battle, because obviously you'd be kind of struggling through it, and then after that you'd have to deal with Berg later down the line, assuming you didn't choose Tepig, of course. So if you for whatever reason chose Snivy, you know, because that would be the more likely one that you would probably pick, that you would actually need to get a monkey for later down the line, you would probably, you know, so I don't know. Actually, if you do it like that, you'd still, well, okay, I guess, okay, the first gym probably wouldn't be that big of a difficult, you know, or big of a difficult, what am I saying? It wouldn't be very difficult because you'd still be able to get the monkey that was, you know, better than the Pokemon that they use, that's better than your starter. But you still wouldn't have the monkey that would help you against Berg, depending on, you know, who you picked, of course. I guess that, well, okay, not depending on who you pick. If you pick Snivy, I'm kind of out of it for whatever reason. Maybe it's because I'm still kind of tired, I don't know. But, yeah, if you ended up picking Snivy, you would probably need to go and catch a wild Pansear, and Pinwheel Forest was the only place that you could do that. Outside of that, you would obviously have Tepig, who would be, you know, obviously good against Berg, and then you'd have Oshawott, who would yield you Pansear to take care of the Pansage that you'd have to face in the first gym. So you would have the Fire Monkey if you chose Oshawott. If you chose Tepig, you would have no need for the Fire Monkey, and then if you chose Snivy, you would be kind of in a bad situation against Berg unless you actually went out of your way to catch the Fire Monkey itself. So, I mean, I don't know. Either way, like, this place brought me one of my favorite Pokemon, and that would have to be Cottonee, because Whimsicott is one of my all-time favorite Pokemon. Honestly, I really would like to actually have a plush of it, because it's just one of the most adorable Pokemon I think that they've ever created. Not to mention that I do actually really like Lilligant. Lilligant's one of my favorite Pokemon, always will be. It's got that elegant type of feel to it. It has that kind of human type of feel to it, but at the same time obviously not. So I mean, it kind of makes it feel like it's one of those like friendly Pokemon that you can be like, hey, you know, whatever, it's like one of the guys type of thing. But you know, like I can kind of imagine Lilligant standing next to some rich person or whatever, and it would just fit. Like, it's just cool how it can kind of be like that. I don't know, the overall design is just really cool. But I don't know. Like, this place came with a lot of interesting Pokemon, not to mention Whirlipede, because you can get that in here, which in Generation 6 ends up evolving and getting the hidden ability Speed Boost, which is always kind of, you know, fun. So, I mean, there's that as well. There's just a lot of interesting stuff in this place. So, Pinwheel Forest is definitely one of my favorite places in Generation 5. Abundant Shrine is probably one of my other ones that I really like, which we will be getting to later down the line in this Let's Play, of course. And, I mean, there's that. There's also a new place that we'll be going to that I really, really like. It gave us something really cool, and, of course, we will be going to that at some point. It's just something that I want to do much later down the line. Probably sometime just before we get through the Elite Four Round 2, so it's definitely going to be one of the later things that we end up doing. And as we saw at the beginning of like the last episode, you had mentioned a dream that his sister was having involving a Zoroark. Well, anyone that was paying close enough attention while I was doing, you know, my Let's Play and we were in Victory Road, you probably saw a little stairway or whatever, or not a stairway, but like a doorway that was being blocked, and it was being blocked by the Pokemon Zoroark. That's what she was kind of talking about. So we will be going there again at some point. It just won't be anytime soon. So it'll probably be the very last thing before the Elite Four. I'm not entirely sure. Actually, it may not, because there's something that we need to get there. But yeah, it's still something that we're going to be doing in the future, because we kind of need to for something that I really want. But yeah, it's going to be a pain in the ass to get what we want there too. But oh well. Anyways, as you can see, Sharon's here. That's part of the reason why we kind of went outside, just to see if there was a nurse or whatever. But apparently there isn't, so oh well for that, I guess. Anyways, in the next episode, we're going to be continuing through the Pinwheel Forest and hopefully making our way on to the next city. And yeah, so be sure to stay tuned for that. If you haven't already, don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe. And until next time, this is the PokeGamer, signing out.